All right.
Yes, thanks. Big meeting first thing tomorrow. I said I'd get this sorted.
They work you too hard, Emma. Fancy unwinding? Quick drink down the pub?
Oh, no, thanks. Things to do, you know.
Oh, tomorrow then. Well, it's about time we got to know each other a bit better.
Perhaps. Excuse me.
Night.
Night.
I've forgotten all about it.
So? I don't know why you're getting cold feet now. I mean, I'd go. So would he. Wouldn't yours today?
So?
Tea with the Queen Mum, lad.
Yes, but it's not just tea with the Queen Mum, is it, Arthur? I mean, it's, you know, it's 3 days in London, you know, me.
You haven't lost it, have you?
What?
You're George Cross.
No, of course I haven't.
Won't surprise me, the bloody rubbish you keep in that desk of yours.
What are you talking
Sarge,
about?
incident in Tolly's Lane.
Well, don't tell me, lad. Tell Wallace and Naylor. They're in that thing called a patrol car.
They're already on a call, Sarge. Bracton Avenue, that alleged missing person.
Yeah, well, there's nobody else at the moment. I'm sorry.
We sound serious. Man hiding in the back of a woman's car.
All right, I'm there.
D.I. Frost attending. Log this call. Time 20:41.
Tending Bracton Avenue now, Sarge.
Mr. Cook.
We thought she was staying the night at her friend Joanne's house. They were going to the cinema then back there, like. Only she's not. I just phoned. Jo says she hasn't seen her since lunchtime.
Maybe Alison changed her mind. Went out with someone else.
Exactly. It's only 8:45, for God's sake. She's 17, not 3. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry about this.
No problem.
Joanne?
Dad said we ought to come over.
Why, what's happened?
Well, I don't know, nothing. Well, after I left Alison here at lunchtime, I looked back when she went indoors and I thought I saw a man at a bedroom window. I don't know, he was got me more.
It's all right, it's all right. Shh, 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 shh. It's all right.
He had a black jacket, black trousers, medium height, maybe a bit less. It's quite agile the way he shot out of the car.
Didn't get a better look at him in the car park.
No, it's not very well lit. I just saw him get into the back of Emma's car, so I thought I'd
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, I thought you were going to drop.
Shh, 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 shh. It's all right, love. It's all over
Sorry
now.
about the delay, sir.
It's all right. What? Yeah, shh, shh, shh. Stay there. Go on, you look after, will you?
What do you want us to do?
Well, you can search 400 acres of woodland with your torch.
Inspector Frost from Control.
Yeah, Frost receiving.
The missing teenager, Bracton Avenue. Hazel Wallace needs to speak to you there urgently.
Yes, okay. Do you live on your own, love?
Yeah.
Tell you what, I want you to drive her home. Make sure she's got someone with her, a friend or a neighbour, female. See if you can get a statement out of her, all right? What number, Bracton Avenue, eh?
Number 21, Jack. Name of Cook.
I think I saw someone. I mean, I didn't take that much notice. I didn't know Alison's mum and dad weren't in.
Pauline should have been in.
I work part-time at the town hall. Today's my day off, but they phoned, so I went in this afternoon at 1 o'clock. To be honest, I'd forgotten Alison was coming home lunchtime. Last day of term, early finish.
Typical.
So, you and Alison got back here about...
1:30?
But you didn't actually see Alison go into the house?
Well, no. She was at the front door getting our keys as I walked away. We live round in Manor Road.
Who was first back home this evening?
Me, about 5 o'clock.
Nothing amiss?
No.
No sign of a break-in?
No, nothing.
And you were supposed to meet Alison later on this evening outside the cinema?
Yeah, about 6.
Are you surprised when she didn't turn up?
Yeah, a bit, but I went in anyway. Some other friends were there, so... I was going to phone her as soon as I got home after the film, but Mr. Cook phoned us first.
Why'd you do that, Mr. Cook?
I noticed Alison had forgotten her night things, a toothbrush and stuffer. I thought she might want me to pop them round.
Fussing as usual. He never leaves her alone.
It's just as well, isn't it? Or we'd be none the wiser now.
Do you mind if we have a look round?
She's not here. Martin's practically had the floorboards up.
Yes, it's just routine. If you don't mind, you know, while the kettle's boiling. Well, bit of needle down there between Mum and Dad. Bit of pressure too, I reckon.
And Alison?
She wouldn't be the first teenager who wanted out for a while.
Most of them take a clean pair of knickers, though.
No one's saying, because it don't bear thinking about, but this bloke you've never caught, the rapist, he waits in people's houses, doesn't he?
Claire Bamtima, nurse. Judy Guest, traffic warden. Tammy Saunders, also a nurse. And Tara Holdsworth, air stewardess. All attacked within the last 6 months. And now, suddenly, our man appears to be active again. Emma Fox and Alison Cook, schoolgirl. All attractive young women, all under the age of 25. In every case, he's been lying in wait in the victim's house, except for Emma last night when he got into a car. So, there's always a high level of burglary skill involved. Now, other possible common factors. 1, uniform.
Alison Cook wasn't wearing a uniform. Yesterday was the last day of term and the school let all the kids wear their own clothes.
Well, don't split hairs, please, Jack. If she'd been targeted earlier, she could well have been wearing a school uniform.
What about the other girl, then? The girl in the car, Emma Fox? She wasn't wearing a uniform either. She's a PA in an insurance firm.
She was wearing a uniform until last week. Well, a livery. She worked for a building society, which you would have known if you'd opened your briefing notes.
Have local inquiries yielded anything in respect of yesterday's attacks?
Afraid not, sir, no. No one in Bracton Avenue saw anything. And in the other case, Emma Fox, the only witness so far is Sean Pascoe, the guy who chased after her.
Nevertheless, the latest 2 incidents do seem to match the pattern location-wise. All the attacks took place within a 1-mile radius of the town centre.
I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. Alison Cook just doesn't fit. I mean, for a start, 2 in one day.
He attacked Judy Guest and Tara Holsworth within 24 hours, didn't he?
Yes, but Alison Cook has been abducted, apparently, not raped in her own home. What's he doing now, abducting them?
The others lived alone. So, not so much time pressure in their cases.
Claire Bamtima doesn't live alone.
Claire's husband and family were away, if you remember.
All right. How did he know that Alison Cook was coming home early? Even her own mother had forgotten.
Perhaps he didn't. Perhaps he had time to wait.
No, but hold on. You just said that he abducted her because he was under time pressure.
I'm merely suggesting.
Unless he had insider knowledge. Then he would have known. School teacher, perhaps.
All the teaching staff at Alison Cook's school are female, sir. And the caretaker's 72.
Ah.
Probably find that in your briefing notes, sir.
Where's Jack up there, George?
No, he's nipped out to see Tara Holsworth. He shouldn't be long. Anything important?
No, Mullet's bleating on about his crime report from last night and he hasn't signed it, that's all.
Oh, well. Here goes.
You're getting quite good. Should try banknotes.
Thanks for coming.
No problem. I'm sorry I'm so late. It's just that we had a briefing.
It's nothing specific. I just felt I needed to see someone.
Mm-hmm.
But you must be getting fed up with me.
No, not at all. I'm always at the end of the phone, Tara. I told you that from day one. But you know, maybe now, someone else could do better for you. Someone professional. Hmm?
What, therapy, you mean? See a shrink?
Talk it through with your doctor, see what he says.
He says I should make an effort to put it all behind me.
Maybe you ought to change your doctor.
Change your doctor. Change your furniture. Change your flat. Well, that is giving in, isn't it? That's giving in to him. He's one if he forces me out.
No, not necessarily.
Anyway, he'd still be there, wouldn't he, if I moved? He'd still be there behind the new door or behind the new sofa. He'll always be there, that voice whispering in the ear.
Not if we catch him. Now, that would make a difference, surely, Tara. Eh? Tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. If we catch him and put him away, you move and make a fresh start.
But you won't catch him, though, will you? I mean, I don't blame you for that. You just won't. He's a clever guy. He's in control.
No, he's not. That's my point. I'll catch him. No one controls me. You ask my superintendent. Right then. I'll see you soon.
Thanks for coming.
It's all right. Don't worry. Together we'll beat him. What are you doing here, apart from trying to avoid me?
Working.
Not thinking about doorstepping Tara Holdsworth, are you?
Why, she your private property, then? There's a lot of public concern, Jack. It's the appropriate time for the news to do a follow-up on the earlier victims.
A follow-up? What, to ask how she feels? I can save you the bother. 4 months on and she feels like it only happened yesterday. And it's going to happen again tonight. She feels terrified about going out and even more terrified to stay in. She daren't switch off the lights. And all the furniture that he touched, she keeps covered up. That's how she feels. Anxious, depressed, and terrified. All right? And if you print one word of that, or you knock on that door, I shall feel obliged to knock your bloody head off. And you can keep away from the rest of these and all.
Lost something, sir?
No.
Mr. Mallet wants to see you.
As of now, WPC Wallace is rape dedicated.
Beg your pardon?
Rape dedicated. Assigned. In the hope that a woman's insight will bring fresh vigour to your efforts. I don't think you quite appreciate the effect that these crimes are having on the consciousness of local women.
No, insensitive is my middle name.
In the absence of a rape unit, and indeed the resources to set up a squad, I must make the most of what I've got. This investigation has been allowed to drift for too long.
Drift?
Drift. Was an arrest imminent in respect to the 4 previous rapes?
No.
Then I call that drift. And so, coincidentally, does the Denton Evening News.
Ah.
But this is not a knee-jerk reaction to adverse press comment. There's a monster out there. I want him caught. And I've had a call from the Chief Constable.
Oh.
Not about the rapes. Yet. About the George Cross. Your George Cross. He wants confirmation that you'll still be going to this reunion in London.
What? Why?
Because you're the only hero that we've ever had in Denton. You can't put a tick in the no publicity box, you know. Bravery is good news. It's got to be maximised. Please, be ready for a photo call.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Hazel, it's Mum. Just called to see if you wanted to come to lunch on Sunday if you're not working. Give me a ring when you can.
Sorry, sir,
What?
for being foisted on you.
Oh, no. If you hadn't have been, I would have asked for you anyway. Don't tell Mullet I said that.
So, where do I start?
Well, I've no idea. I mean, we've got nothing new to go on. The bloke that was in the back of Emma Fox's car could have been a petty thief just trying to nick her radio, and that's for Alison Courtwell.
Has Emma Fox made a full statement?
No, she hasn't. You could do that, couldn't you? Make sure she's all right. And I'll go over to the town hall. All right. Oh, here you are, look. With half a sandwich. Lovely.
No way was he after me car radio. Not the way he looked at me. I mean, he'd been sussed, but he'd still give me a good look before he jumped out.
But you only saw his eyes?
Yeah, he had this black hat and scarf, you know. Do you think he was planning, well, to actually go for it in the car?
If it's the guy responsible for the other attacks, it's more likely he'd have waited. Jumped you when you got home. Forced his way in here with you.
God.
Oh.
Hello, Mrs. Cook. I called at the town hall. They told me you weren't at work today. Can I come in?
Is anything?
No. No. Thank you. Actually, they told me you weren't at work yesterday either. You know, yesterday afternoon when Alison went missing. All I'm trying to do, Mrs. Cook, is eliminate the man in the window from our rape inquiries. Because to me, he just doesn't belong. Can we eliminate him or not? Thank you. Right, so, what's his name?
You actually need his name?
Yes, and his address. It's all right, don't worry, we'll be discreet.
Tony. Tony Hawthorne, 12 Egan Road.
So you were in the house together when Alison came home yesterday afternoon?
It's a regular thing. We've been seeing each other for quite a while, because, well, you've seen how things are between me and Martin. We drive each other up the wall. Work and Alison, that's all he cares about. Switched off from me years ago. And I just forgot about Alison coming home early. Tony and me use her room, put a sleeping bag on the floor, because it still doesn't seem right to use our bedroom. It's stupid, but it doesn't. Anyway, Tony saw her out the window, but the next second she's in the front door coming straight up the stairs. I never had a chance. She found us. I tried to say something, can't remember what. But she just ran back down the stairs out the house. She just freaked.
Well, that's good news.
I don't think Mr. Cook's joy will be unconfined.
No. But better your daughter's done a runner than been abducted, sir.
Go! Urgent from control. A girl's been raped in Denton Woods.
Is it Alison Cook?
No, sir. Just some young tart.
Oh, that's all right then. When did this happen?
About midnight.
Midnight?
She's been here ever since. Couldn't move, drunk. Ankle's broken as well. Guy over there found her about half an hour ago. A couple 100 yards in. Of course, it was about here our mystery man dived out of the car last night.
Kelly Power.
Who wants to know?
Hazel Wallace, Denton Police.
More filth.
I'm afraid so. How are you feeling?
How'd you think?
So, what happened?
I've told about 6 of your lot already. Would you like a picture?
Look, don't mess me about, please, love. You could be dead. Now, you claim you were assaulted by a minicab driver, is that right?
Scumbag. Fell over and did me ankle. That's the only reason he got me.
Can you describe him?
Short, dark hair,
Muscles, black leather jacket.
Age?
35, 40.
What sort of car?
Dunno, silver.
What cab firm?
Dunno. I was legless, right? They have his cards by the payphone. I just punched a number.
Which payphone was this?
At Waggy's. The disco.
You were there on your own?
No.
Who with then?
A boy.
Name?
Steve.
Surname?
Dunno. I met him at the door.
And?
We had a good evening. Then he started losing interest, so I slagged him off and came out.
So you came out on your own and phoned a cab?
Yeah.
What time was this?
Dunno. Midnight, 1:45. Waited 5 minutes, cab came and I got in.
Where did you ask the driver to take you?
Home. Paisley Road.
But he didn't?
Nah, we ended up by Denton Woods.
And that's where he started?
Touching me and kissing me, yeah.
Did you object?
No. But then he came on a bit strong and things started to get out of hand. Besides which, I'd had 10 vodkas. I needed to chuck.
So you tried to stop him?
Push him off like, yeah. But he weren't in a stopping mood, so I gave him the fingernails. That slowed him up a bit. Made him mad too, so he started slapping me about. Managed to knee him where it hurts and get out of the car.
And then what?
I legged it back along the road. Then I came to that path that cuts through the woods towards Staunton Road, yeah? So I went down there 'cause it's the quickest way home. Only it's dark and I'm drunk and I lose the main path. Next thing, I've tripped up and my ankle feels like it snapped. And I'm on my hands and knees, grovelling about. When wham, there's an arm round my neck. And a knife. Here.
You sure it was a knife?
Well, it weren't a stick of celery.
How old are you, Kelly?
15. It's all right. It's not a major problem. I'm on the pill.
Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, bye. See you Thursday. Hello, Jack.
Hello, Shirley. I'm sorry, I did mean to get in touch.
Mm-hmm. Are you here with the girl who's,
Oh, yes. Yes, my WPC's with her at the moment.
It's terrifying what he's getting away with.
Yes, I know.
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
No, it's a fair comment. Look, he's had a go at 2 nurses already. I hope you're being security-minded.
Oh, I always am, thanks.
Good. My WPC.
Ah, right.
Shirley, wouldn't it be all right if I phoned you sometime?
Yes, do. And you can spare a moment.
Sir?
Don't keep calling me sir.
Sorry, Gov.
Right. Well,
There's one consolation. I don't think it's ruined her life.
the rapist doesn't know that. Neither do you.
One, two. Welcome to Waggy's. Welcome to Waggy's. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. 1, 2. Waggy's disco.
Well,
Kelly was definitely here. There was definitely a bust-up. Her and a lad and another girl. Kelly walked out before she got thrown out.
ah. Did you show them the photo?
Photo?
Yeah, about runaway Alison Cook. You never know. Oh. Okay, come on. Use mine. Oh, he looks like a granny now, but still. I'll do these. Pick you up in half an hour.
Right.
No, mate, can't help you.
The Black Rats are at a loose end this week. Our traffic division. Ask them to come over, have a word with your lads, right? You know, vehicles, documentation. Make you very popular. Now, stocky build, dark hair, black leather jacket, drives a silver motor. Could be Les Wingham. There you are. Wasn't that difficult, was it? Well? Did you bring your picnic hamper?
Nope.
Pity. Stay here till he shows. Frost. Oh, damn. I'm sorry, love. I'll be right there.
No, don't bother, sir. I'll walk. Anyway, she was here, Alison Cook. Bar manager recognised the photo. It was Alison that Kelly lost out to with this Steve guy. He and Alison left about half an hour afterwards with another boy and girl.
I gave you a list, didn't I, of her friends? There's no Steve on it.
Oh, well, he's mid to late teens. Quite tall, slim build, spots.
No.
Just thought it might be another secret.
Alison, share a secret with me, please.
And you've no idea who the other two might be either, the boy and girl they left the disco with. Only the descriptions we got of them aren't too good.
Look, I've told you all I know, given you all the names I know. There may be others, I've no idea. That's the sort of family we are. There's probably some girlfriend I don't know about, some other hysterical little bitch Alison's gone running to. And they've had a good cry together about awful parents and then gone out on the razzle to spite me. And all for what? Because she caught me enjoying myself for once, after 20 years married to a zombie of a father.
News? I'll leave Mrs. Cook to update you on that, sir.
Excuse me. Mr. Wingham? Tell him I'll see him the weekend. Yeah, about 6. Okay. I've got to go. Okay, love, bye. Interview room, Gov. And that's his previous. Assault, bent MOTs, but nothing sexual.
Any burglary?
Yeah, 1, there. But it was a while back.
Really? Where were you around midnight last night?
I'm a minicab driver. I get to be in most places.
Around midnight last night, Mr. Wingham, had you picked up a female passenger outside Waggy's disco?
Oh, this is the little tart in the blue skirt, is it? Yeah, well, she owes me £3.50. Did a runner without paying.
I'm not interested in your £3.50, Mr. Wingham. A serious crime has been committed.
Yeah, look. Sir ought to be nicked. This is turning septic.
Would you mind telling me exactly what happened from the time that this little tart got in your car?
What's she say happened then?
Where'd you drive her to?
Tolly's Lane.
She lives on the other side of town. Why go via Tolly's Lane?
Because she was putting herself on offer, right? It happens all the time. You're in a one-to-one situation with women, aren't you? It's natural.
So any woman that gets in your cab's really asking for it?
Nah, not any woman.
No, but the girl last night.
You see the skirt she was wearing?
So any woman wearing a short skirt is really asking for it?
Well, I'm a man, right? Oh, what does she expect?
She might expect you to leave her alone if she asked you to. Did she ask you to?
Not to start with, no.
No, but I mean after the preliminaries.
She started playing hard to get, yeah, but they all do that, don't they?
So no doesn't mean no as far as you're concerned?
Well, it doesn't, does it? It's all part of the game.
And hitting her?
Is that why I'm here? Because of Epoxy's slap?
And when she scratched your face, that's part of the game as well, is it? That doesn't mean, you know, stop, let me out.
Yeah, well, it's too late then, isn't it?
Too late?
Yeah, if they're into that sort of teasing. I mean, we're not machines, are we? They can't expect us to just switch off when we got that far. She deserved a slap.
So, not being a machine, but a red-blooded male with natural instincts that no reasonable person could expect you to control, you raped a 15-year-old girl.
What?
She was 15, Mr. Wingham.
Rape?
Yeah, nice little word that, isn't it?
But she got out of the car, she ran off.
Yes, and a few minutes later she was attacked in Denton Woods. So what happened to your natural instincts, eh? You've just told us that you couldn't switch them off. So you followed her into the woods.
No.
You were in the car with her, Mr. Wingham. 5 minutes later, 200 yards away, she was raped. Who else should we be looking at?
I don't leap out on women in the woods. That's a pervert job. Look, I thought this was about giving a little cow a slap, right? I'll put my hand up to that, no problem. She got out of order, the first started flying. But I am an indoor man. Back seat of the car, settee at home.
We think whoever attacked this girl was an indoor man as well, Mr. Wingham.
Do what?
This is the 5th rape in 6 months. The others involve burglary. You've done burglary in your time, haven't you?
I'm not a rapist.
No. You apply force, you don't take no for an answer. Legally, that's rape.
She got out of the car, I let her go.
Then what? If you didn't follow her, then what?
I drove off. I drove off. Parked up by the industrial estate. Had a fag to unwind a bit. And I went on air, worked about 4:30, went home to Kip.
Where were you at 8:30?
What?
8:30 last night?
I don't know, working?
We're investigating another incident involving someone who matches your description. Backseat of a car, actually. Your favoured environment. So obviously it would be very helpful if we could eliminate you from that inquiry whilst you're here. Also, I'm going to ask my colleague here to give you a list of dates and times, and I want you to think very hard about where you were at those times and whether you can prove it. And then, with your permission, I'm going to get very intimate. Initially, I want to take some hairs from your head and other regions, some scrapings from under your fingernails, a few drops of blood and other bodily fluids, and then I want the shoes and the clothes that you are wearing, and also any other unwashed garments I might find at your home address. And if you are still in the frame after we've examined that lot, I'm going to get all technical on you and try DNA testing. Is that okay?
Jim Allen says we've got a suspect.
Yes, sir. He denies the actual rape, though, so it's down to medical and forensic. The doctor's squeezing and scraping him now. I've asked him to be excruciatingly thorough.
Does that mean you've got 10 minutes to spare for the photo call? You, me, and the evening news? With your George Cross, of course.
Where's Sergeant Toolan?
Staunton Towers, sir.
Where?
It's the office block where Emma Fox works. He's continuing inquiries about the man in the car.
He's called me there urgently.
Has he? Sorry, sir.
And make sure Mr. Mullet is informed.
Yes, sir.
When you realise that the George Cross is awarded once every 10 years on average, you begin to get an idea of the extraordinary bravery and devotion to duty required of its recipients.
Anything on the rapes?
A man is helping us with our inquiries. That's all I can tell you at the moment. Inspector Frost is, of course, touchingly modest about his own achievements. But I think the fact that he keeps his decoration in his desk drawer, where it can be a daily source of inspiration, tells us a great deal about the true feelings he has on the matter. I'm fortunate to have such an officer serving under me, and the town of Denton is fortunate. Ah. Come in.
Message from Mr. Frost, sir. He's been called away.
Well, like I told the uniform bods last night, we normally work 8 till 8.
And there's the day shift as well, of course.
But you two were on duty last night when Emma Fox...
Right, so, yeah. Well, don't say much for us as security, does it? She's a nice kid.
Oh, hello, Gav. I didn't expect to see you here.
No?
Detective Inspector Frost, Gordon Perriman, Nick Daish.
Evening.
Night security staff.
Oh. No closed-circuit TV on the gate. Or in the car park.
No, well, the owners were talking about it, but what with the recession and that. I mean, there's only 4 floors out of the 12 that are actually there at the moment.
So basically you patrol all night, do you?
Well, not all night. Know what I mean? But yeah, officially. I mean, let's be honest, it's a doddle.
You didn't see anything, though, Emma Fox's car?
Well, no, we're just saying...
What about later, around midnight? There was another incident quite close by in Denton Woods. Footpath finishes here, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I must admit, we tend to stay indoors when the staff are all gone.
That's right.
Basically, we're just here to keep an eye on the contractors. There's all sorts of refitting going on.
Is he one?
Eh?
Contractor.
Oh, yeah, Martin Cook. Been doing a bit of pipe work. The Eatons never worked from day one. None of the big firms are interested. He's good.
Mr. Cook. Oh, this is a coincidence. I just happened to be in the building. What's this evening work?
Better than sitting at home.
Yeah.
Especially when you've been updated.
First things first, and please regard this as a formal reprimand. Your deliberate absence from the photo call last night.
I was called away on urgent inquiries.
I've heard that one from you too often to believe it. Frankly, your attitude to these occasions does you no credit. You're a little old to play the truant schoolboy. Did your urgent inquiries produce anything?
No, sir.
No. Well, that leads me on to my second point. Take a seat. Our rape suspect has fallen at the first hurdle.
What?
The cab driver. In your absence, the doctor reported direct to me. Simply ruled out on blood group. No need for further forensic. Mr. Wingham is a definite group A. And the one thing, or the only thing, in fact, that we know for sure about our rapist is that he's group O, along with 40% of the rest of the male population. Now, Jack, my final point. The Chief Constable holds you in very high regard, as you well know. But, unfortunately...
He's taking me off the case.
Yes.
He's bringing in the heavy mob from county.
It's out of my hands, Jack.
When?
They should be with us by the end of the week. Now, this really isn't a reflection
No,
on
no,
you.
of
He
course
just feels
not.
that major resources have got to be thrown at this now before it becomes a national scandal. So, there's really no reason at all why you shouldn't attend the George Cross reunion.
Where's the governor?
He's gone home.
Well, does he have to do this?
What?
go off in a sulk. You know, you should be grateful that County are taking over. I will be. It's not our problem anymore, is it?
Read that. Go on, read it. That's a letter from Judy Guest, the first rape victim. It's a letter of thanks to Inspector Frost.
Oh, yeah?
He spent every evening for a fortnight badgering the council till they rehoused her, to get her away from where it happened. What do you do with your evenings, other than pee them up the wall,
I'm impressed. But it's not my fault he's a lonely old git with nothing better to do with his time, is it?
George, local rag. Sandy Longford just dropped it in for Jack.
Uh-huh.
No photos, though. Well, except for mullet. Oh, did he find it, by the way?
What?
It's George Cross.
Said he'd lost it.
Must have got bunged in the incinerator, eh, along with his crime returns.
Hello?
Hello, Shirley. It's Jack. I know this may sound like a funny question, but do you know anyone who does any housework? Just mean a couple of hours a week.
2 hours.
Yeah. If you'd like to have a look round on your own, you know, just in case there's any dirty corners I haven't shown you.
Yeah, right. I'll do that.
Okay. She's not going to turn me down, is she?
She's very picky.
I've been thinking I owe you a dinner.
Sorry?
You know, we never did make it to...
Lorenzo's?
Lorenzo's, did we?
Yeah. That would be nice.
Would it? Oh, good.
Or you could come round to my place this evening, if you prefer. For a meal. Well, that way, when you get called away after the first drink, I can just switch on the television without having to get a taxi home first.
Right.
Yeah, well, if you leave it with us, we'll look in all the usual places. Oh, you have? Well, we'll keep our eyes open. We know his face quite well. No doubt he'll soon come to notice. Yeah. Bye now. Sarge.
What?
Wobben Place Children's Home. Our favourite teenager's gone AWOL again.
What, not our very favourite? Steve and I know my rights Galloway.
Yeah. Been missing since last night, actually.
As long as that? Oh, dear, dear.
Staff have been trying to retrieve him without us. No sign.
Well, with a bit of luck, he's been run over by a bus.
So anyway, I brought it home. Mary's sister from America wanted to see it when she was over, and it had been lying there ever since. I thought I'd lost it. Well, I was in a sweat, I can tell you. Not because of Mr. Mallett's PR, no. It's because, oh, I don't know. I feel a bit of a fraud for having been given it in the first place. No, I felt guilty. Hmm? As if by not taking proper care of it, I was insulting all those people who have earned it. You know, have actually faced death because it's their job, not like me, just a cop-out.
You're very hard on yourself.
Anyway, that's the excuse I give myself for not going to the reunion after all. You know, that I am not worthy to rub shoulders with genuine heroes. But if I'm really honest, it's because I haven't got the bottle to go on my own. I'm not a very social person, anyway. It's a family occasion, really. I haven't even got a geriatric aunt I could drag along. I suppose there's always Mary's sister in America, but I wouldn't take her.
I wouldn't mind.
What?
Being your geriatric aunt. If that's all that's stopping you going.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think you should go. I think you should make the effort. You won the George Cross, Jack. Whatever you say. I really think you should start living up to it, not keep trying to live it down.
And you'd come to London with me?
That's your geriatric aunt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yes, of course. Yeah, you know, no problem. Good. Right. I'll see if I can swing it.
Right. Shall I dish up the lasagna? Or is the phone going to ring?
Not for me, it's not.
Morning, Jack.
Morning.
Hazel gave us a description yesterday of a guy seen with your missing girl, Alison Cook. Anyway, I think we've got a match. You're not going to like it.
Stephen Galloway, aged 15, absconded from Wadden Place Children's Home 2 nights ago for the umpteenth time. Not now. Lists criminal damage, shoplifting and car theft amongst his hobbies. Uniform pick him up once a week on average. Magistrates give him a lecture and the children's home give him his dinner and off we go again.
But still no suggestion of foul play. All right. You've established the girl wasn't abducted from her home, but there's no suggestion that Galloway abducted her from the disco either, is there?
Not yet, no.
So it's just a couple of teenage runaways, not a CID matter. Leave it with uniform till they get another sighting.
Leave this, leave the rapes. What do you want me to do?
You're not officially off the rapes till the end of the week. You could prepare yourself for a gracious handover.
All units from control. All units from control.
A red BMW, index Charlie 594, Echo Yankee Foxtrot. Reported taken from the Raven Road car park sometime between 9 and 10 a.m. this morning.
Advise any sighting, please.
That'll be Galloway. He always nicks red ones. That matches Acme.
72 from control.
Yeah, receiving.
Neighbour concerned about occupant 92 Talbot Road.
Oh, Gov. Arthur Hanlon thought you'd want to know. Claire Bantima tried to top herself.
Just go now, okay? I'll follow on.
Oh, come on, kids, now, please. Cheers, Uncle. Look, don't come here blaming me! Don't!
I'm not, Terry. I heard. I just called round to see if there was anything
you could do. I'll tell you what you can do. You can catch the bastard, bring him here, and give him to me! That's what you can do! Look, I'm sorry. But this has been coming for months. You know, she just can't handle it. Even now. You know, I try. I talk to her, I tell her over and over again, you're not dirty. You are not dirty. Look, it doesn't matter. Nothing's changed. Everything's changed. You know why? Because deep down inside, she thinks you should have stopped him. I mean, he held a knife at her throat, and she thinks she should have stopped him. She thinks I think so, too. I mean, it's crazy. I couldn't keep my fingers crossed in that situation, much less my legs. She's right, though, you know? Because it won't go away. It's up here. It's in my head, too. That evil little doubt. Every time we get close to each other. I think I'll go around a twist before she does.
I'll give you a lift to the hospital if you like. Save you driving.
Cheers. I must sort some food out for the kids. They're really suffering, you know. The kids. This house. I mean, look at it. A dream home. We haven't done a stroke.
I see you're not doing all the work yourself, though.
What?
Cook, the plumber.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm no plumber, and well, we got him to give us an estimate a few months back. It's all in limbo now. Hope he wasn't counting on the work.
Promotion? Civvies. You used to drive a Panda, right?
Sideways move. Just temporary.
You done me for no lights. Spot fine. Bath Road about 3 months ago. Very strict you were.
Sorry.
No problem. I enjoyed it.
So these entries?
Contractors' movements, dates, times, in and out.
Why?
New line of inquiry. Possible witness. Can I borrow this?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, hello. Is that Tammy Saunders? Oh, hi. This is Detective Sergeant Toolan, Denton Police. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm... Oh, good. Yeah. How are you? Ah. Yeah, well, it is early days yet. Tammy, look, I'm sorry to trouble you, but I wonder if you could tell me, have you had any work done on your house in the last year or so? Well, plumbing, that sort of thing. I see. And was this before the attack, or? Right.
There's nothing to get upset about, Tara. It's just that, you know, anyone who's worked in the flats or is familiar with them in any way might have some information that could help us. Tiny little things that no one's thought of before.
I had the whole place done soon after I moved in. You know that.
Yes, I know.
Plumbing, central heating, electrics, oh, everything. I even had to move out again while the central heating was being done. All the floorboards up, no hot water.
Who did the work?
Cook? The missing girl's father?
Purely circumstantial at the moment.
But you're losing the case, so anything's worth a spin.
He's been in Claire Bamtima's house, Tara Holdsworth's and Tammy Saunders, all at some point before the attacks took place. Now he knows the layout, the weaknesses, where to hide. He could have copied the keys and faked the break-in. Plus, he was doing night work at Staunton Tower at the time all the rapes took place bar one.
Looks like a pretty good alibi to me.
Bearing in mind the dozy pair of security guards keeping tabs, that's no alibi at all. He could have been in and out of Staunton Tower all night and no one would have been any the wiser.
Yeah, but he wasn't at work when Emma Fox's car was broken into. He was at home phoning us about his missing daughter. And Kelly Power, the same night, Cook's worried sick about his own daughter, so he goes out and rapes somebody else's?
Yeah, well, unloading his tension and frustration over Alison.
Oh, for God's sake.
Look, there are some pretty sick people out there. You know that as well as I do.
I also know how much you care about this. How much you've done to support the victims.
Then why are you letting Mullet hoik me off the case?
Because at the end of the day, you're just a detective inspector, not King of Denton.
What did he say?
What do you think? We'll talk to Cook anyway.
The red BMW. I think it's Galloway.
All right, hold on.
Red BMW, index Charlie 594 Echo Yankee Foxtrot, sighted in Blundell Road.
Heading west, 2 on board, one believed to be Stephen Galloway. Doing a right into Star Street.
All units from control. Suspect vehicle, red BMW, index Charlie 594 Echo Yankee Foxtrot, proceeding along Star Street.
7-2, are you hearing this?
Yes, we're on the far side of the ground, ETA Star Street, 5 minutes.
Right into Welton Avenue. I think he might have clocked us.
Received. Stay with him if you can, but no dodgems.
You're supposed to go left round a roundabout.
On the ring road, heading east towards the motorway.
Received. He's off now. County will track him from there.
He's doing all right into Cherry Lane.
If you get frightened, just close your eyes, like I'm doing. Bloody idiot.
You prat. Look what you done now.
They ought to put you in the crusher along with all the cars that you write off.
Gav, it looks like Alison Cook.
Come on, out of it. So, you picked her up at Waggy's disco?
No, they picked us up. They were looking for a good time.
Alison and her friend?
Mm.
And after the disco?
Walked them home. Got the big E on the doorstep.
Where was this?
Her mate's house. Kate, I think her name was. Thought we were well in there. She said her parents were away. Well, I was out my face, wasn't I? So I couldn't make an issue of it.
Who's we?
Me and Trev. Bloke I hang out with when I'm out of Wadden Place.
And this morning?
Met him again round the back of the high street, didn't we? We was in the motor, offered him a ride. Then Trev and the other one got out. So it was just me and Ali. It was nice. Till you smashed us up.
I think she's going to be okay.
You mean they're going to try and rebuild her? Where's the boy?
He's at the station.
What'll happen to him?
He can't be banned. He's too young to drive.
I won't keep you too long, Mr. Cook.
That's all right. I couldn't handle it anyway. God knows how long that operation's going to take.
Well, she's still alive, and you've got her back. There is that, at least.
One big happy family again.
Yes. Mr. Cook, you might think I'm rather callous mentioning the subject here and now, especially when you've got Alison to worry about. But inquiries are still continuing regarding the recent rapes, urgent inquiries. Thing is, you might be able to help us. I believe that you're acquainted with at least 3 of these young women who were attacked.
Acquainted?
Yes. Claire Bamtima, Tara Holdsworth, Tammy Saunders. You've done work for each of them.
Holdsworth.
Pelham Court?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yes, it was just that I was wondering that maybe you could help fill in the background for me. You might remember something that we could use.
Like what?
Don't know, that's why I wanted to talk to you. The 3 women that I've mentioned, they all said they got to know about you through a leaflet that you pushed through the door, yeah?
You have to do something to drum up trade. I target particular blocks of flats, individual houses with sold signs. Soon get to know the sort of properties that need improving or get bought by people who might want to improve.
You must have Denton pretty well sussed.
I lived and worked here a long time.
And these 3 women in particular, you know, when you were going in and out to and fro, did Do you ever see anybody outside, hanging about, or sitting in a car, maybe?
No.
Oh, sorry.
And none of the women mentioned anything that might have happened to them.
They made me cups of tea. That was it. I'm not a chatty person. I finished the job, out.
You don't mind working for women? I mean, it doesn't bother you being alone in the house with them? That must happen quite a lot. You ever get propositioned? You know, like the proverbial milkman. Alone in the house with a woman? Must happen.
I concentrate on my work. I'm not interested.
What do you think of men who are, take what's on offer, what they think's on offer, even when they know it isn't on offer?
You've actually got me in the frame, haven't you? That's really why you're here, 'cause I target customers. Yeah? Well, I'm sorry, mate, but you're about as wrong as you can get. See, when I said I'm not interested, I meant I'm not interested. Come on. You're the detective. Why do you think our marriage is down the tubes? Why do you think Pauline needs her bit on the side, eh? Need a letter from the hospital? I'm impotent.
Well, you can forget Cook.
He's got an alibi.
Kind of, yes.
Lab report on Kelly Power's clothing.
Well?
They found black woolen fibres plus a few dog hairs, golden. The Sockers also found a few dog hairs of similar colour on the backseat of Emma Fox's car.
And forensic on the previous rapes didn't mention dog hairs, did it?
No.
No. Terrific. My last day on the case, and I'm going backwards.
But then again, lack of forensic on those four doesn't mean it wasn't the same man, or that he's not a dog owner. It could have been the same guy wearing a clean pair of trousers.
Or he might not have been a dog owner at all. He might have just had a chance meeting with a Labrador on a number 49 bus. Where does Emma Fox live?
Nuffield Avenue.
Yeah. Talbot Road. Regis Road. Castle Gardens. Pelham Court. What have they all got in common?
Gov?
On the map. Open space. They're all next to patches of open space. And what do people do on an open space? Apart from the obvious, I mean. They walk their dogs. I mean, if you wanted to watch a block of flats or stand about, or follow someone even, what's the best way to do it? With a dog. No one would suss you, would they? I mean, you could even lurk about in the woods as long as you've got a dog's lead in your hand, and no one would take a blind bit of notice. Even better if it's a family dog, like a retriever or a Labrador. Oh, I don't know, maybe I'm just clutching at dog hairs, eh?
2 train tickets. London, George Cross. Well, Paddington, actually. Oh, the DCI's gone to county for a rape briefing. He said to make sure you leave all the papers in here.
Yes, all right, thank you. What are you doing tonight?
Gov?
No, forget it. Forget it. I shouldn't even be asking.
I thought you weren't going till tomorrow.
What?
London.
No, I'm not talking about London. Look, if we follow the pattern, our man is running out of patches of grass. Unless he repeats himself. But there's still plenty of scope in Denton Woods. I mean, he struck it lucky there once. And as the attacks usually take place twice in fairly quick succession, he might just try it again. But this time further round, at the other main path, between Tollis Lane and East Dean Avenue.
You want me to be a decoy?
Right, is the super in his cage?
No, sir. Lunch at the Chamber of Commerce.
Ah, well, that usually means straight home afterwards. Slumped in the back of a taxi.
Can I help, sir?
No, thank you.
Do what?
A decoy operation with Hazel Wallace as bait.
What, for just one night?
I've only got one night.
Does Mullet know about this?
I've just come from his office. How many bodies can you give me as backup?
How many do you want, then?
A dozen.
At this notice, you can have 2.
8.
4.
Done.
Ready, Gov?
Just about. Come on in.
Endless numbers of people who have spent 5, 10, 20, 30...
You haven't changed your mind, then?
Nope.
Good. Well, do you want a cup of coffee?
No time. Briefing 10 o'clock, you said.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Listen, Hazel, I do appreciate what you're doing. I mean, I know it's risky.
If he does bite,
Yeah, well, if he does bite and it all goes pear-shaped, I could lose my job and you...
I have done the self-defence course.
Right.
So last chance. I understand that.
Yeah, well, when you see what he's left behind, those women... I mean, I know they're alive, but they're all psychiatric cases. They'll never be the same again, never. And all because of one man, because he felt like it.
What have you lost?
My cigarettes.
You've given it up.
Yes, of course I have. Come on, let's go.
Wallace to base. Wallace to base. I'm leaving now.
What's the time? 10:36. Do you know what I wish?
That you'd actually got Mullet's approval for this?
No. Wished I'd never given up smoking.
Base from Wallace.
Yes, Wallace, receiving.
200 yards in. Nothing yet. Hold on. One icy male with a dog.
Have you got the time, love?
25 to 11.
Cheers.
Base from Wallace.
Receiving.
Okay, I think. What kind of dog, anyway?
What's he expecting? One with a label round his neck, my own as a rapist?
Base from Wallace. About 600 yards in.
Hazel. Wallace from base, receiving, over. All units from base, main path, 600 yards, go!
I'm sorry, sir. I'm okay. I saw him, he was there.
Which way? Which way? That way, go on, go for it, go on!
He disappeared when I screamed. I couldn't speak, I'm sorry.
Did you see his face?
No, just his eyes. He was wearing a black scarf and a black hat.
Damn! All units from base, all units from base. Knock it on the head. There's nowhere near enough of us. Come on.
I'm really, really sorry, sir.
No, it's not your fault.
When you land 1,000 to 1 shot, you're entitled to a payout. I could have caught him for you.
You could have been killed. I'm lucky I ended up with a blowout and not a funeral. Oh well, roll on tomorrow, for everyone's sake. Go on, why don't you nip off home?
What about you?
No, me, I'm wide awake. I think I'll just stay here and annoy night duty for a while.
Well, I'll see you when you get back then.
What?
London, the George Cross thing.
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me.
Birch Road burglary. Suspect on.
Yeah, received. ETA Birch Road, 3 minutes. Do you have a house number for that?
Yeah, it's reported by a Mrs. Collins at number 6.
Received.
Can't win 'em all, Jack.
Why not?
Thank goodness you've come. There was a man. I saw him come over the wall from the woods, straight into next door's back garden.
All right, love. Bloke next door, do you want to take the front? Where's your back door, love?
Of course. If he's a burglar, you see, he'll have the run of the house. Mr. Perryman works nights.
What the hell's going on here?
Who are you?
What do you mean, who am I? I live here.
Oh, Mr. Perryman.
Mike?
Is this yours, is it, sir? Only it's obviously been used to force that door. Still got wooden paint on it.
So? It's mine. Forgot my front door key.
What a stroke of luck, then. Having this in your back pocket.
Ain't a crime to break into your own house.
Would you mind telling us where you've been all evening, sir? Shouldn't you be at work?
Hello, you still here?
Oh, yes, sir.
Uniform of Nick Perryman, burglary.
Do you want me to stay in?
No. You've done your bit for tonight.
Night.
Jack? Perriman's got form.
Well, of course he's got form. He's a security guard.
And a burglary has been reported, East Dean Avenue. Items missing match what was found at Perriman's house.
And?
That's it, Jack, sorry. Nobody hurt. Husband and wife out for the evening, came home, found everything done.
Oh, all right. Cheers, thank you. Where else have you been tonight, Mr. Perriman, apart from East Dean Avenue?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. What were you doing in the woods then?
Like I said, I forgot my front door key. Over the back wall's the only way in.
Live on your own, do you?
Yeah.
You haven't got a dog by any chance?
Dog? Nah, the wife took it with her and her kids.
When was this?
8, 9 months.
Get lonely, do you?
You're joking, I'm well out of it.
So, how does it work? Hmm? The fiddle, you and Nick Daish, Staunton Tower.
What fiddle?
No, I'm sorry. You're on official leave tonight then, are you? Oh, don't mind if I check that with your employer, do you?
Don't make a lot of difference now, does it?
No. So, there's only the two of you there, right? The work's a doddle. So any time you want to take a night off to supplement your income, Nick Daish clocks in for the both of you. And if there's a burglary that night, you've got a perfect alibi. Or you did have.
No comment.
You see, Mr. Perriman, you've got to realise that we have a very specific reason for taking an interest in every burglar that we come across. Because there's one burglar in particular in Denton who also commits rape. Yes. And all of these attacks occurred late evening, which unfortunately is the time you're out and about.
What, me?
Why not?
Oh, you're joking. I'm just a boxy housebreaker.
Ah, but what if, when you were out burgling, these rapes had occurred?
Yeah, but I wasn't.
But we don't know that. Your alibi's worthless. Nick Daish could say you were in work, when we know that isn't always so.
Look,
like tonight, for example.
Look, it's not just me, you know. He's had it as well.
What, burgling?
Well, you best ask him that. I'm just saying I cover for him sometimes if he wants a night off.
No answer. Perhaps he's on his rounds.
I don't think they bother. Get a car round there to make sure. And have you run a check on him, Daish?
No.
Do that as well, please, will you?
Right away.
Thank you.
Sir?
Oh, yes. The other night, Emma Fox, man in the car, local inquiries, Staunton Tower. Did you speak to the security staff?
Yeah, Perriman.
No, not Perriman, the other one. Daish, did you speak to him? Did you see him?
No.
Well, I don't know, do I? He should be there.
What about this for a possibility? Sometimes you both go AWOL on the same night. If the one who's there on his own, after clocking you both in, fancies popping out, who's to know? Eh? Because if asked, Nick Daish would swear blind that you were with him all night, and vice versa, because your alibi is his alibi and his yours. Agreed? Agreed!
Yeah.
Good. Now, this Nick Daish. Tell me about him.
Look, I just work with a bloke. I don't live with him.
Oh, come on, you're with him 12 hours a night, sitting on your bums drinking tea. Don't tell me you don't talk.
Yeah, we talk.
Does he own a dog?
Look, what you got this thing about dogs for?
Does he own a dog?
Yeah. Yeah, his wife brings it with her when she picks him up from work sometimes. It's a big lollopy thing, hairy. A retriever.
Does he ever talk about women? Does he ever talk about women?
Of course he does. We all do, don't we? But that's all it is, talk. What, like that WPC that came round the other night? We talked about her.
WPC Wallace?
Yeah, well, it's all fantasy, isn't it?
Last. Funny meeting you in the woods. I was going to pay you a visit soon anyway. What's the matter? Don't you like me being here? Oh, that's a pity. Because I'm going to keep you company a long time. Now stand still and shut your eyes.
Are you okay? You all right? Are you all right? You all right? You're sure? Good. Now, don't you worry. I'll take your statement later. All right. Come on. It's all right.
I'm not off my trolley, right? Not mentally ill. I don't want no one thinking that. I just like women. They're what I think about. You know all those women out in the street that walk past you? They've no idea what's in your mind. That's good, that feeling. The power you have over all those women. 'Cause it's no good if they're willing, is it? Taking it from them. That's the buzz.
Is there anyone you want informed about your arrest?
The wife, I suppose.
Sorry. They all thought it was their dad.
Oh. Oh, yes.
He doesn't look like a rapist.
They never do they?
And he's confessed to every single one.
We're in the process. I had to stop to give him his meal.
Well, I suppose as the arresting officer, you'll want to see this thing through.
Oh, yeah.
Pity about London.
London?